thought it was about time I did a van video, as it's been quite a little time since I last did one. So I thought I'd just give you a little update on my life and van adventures. I'm slowly but surely dragging my ass out of Cornwall. It's not an easy thing for me to do because one, Cornwall is beautiful. Two, I've got a lot of really good friends down here. I've also got my cat. My cat lives in Cornwall, and I do miss her immensely when I'm away, so it's always sort of hard to drag myself away from her once I've sort of seen her. And yeah, I've just been sort of busy the last month with partly just easing myself into 2024 and also just doing a lot of work on my poetry and on my spoken word. I've been working with a lady who's been helping me record some of my poetry, and also been attending an open mic that I really like going to down here and just sort of practicing speaking out my words. So it's been a really good January for me. I've also been doing a lot of bike rides, just getting set for doing the London to Brighton in June, so I'm just trying to keep up with getting out on my bike a lot. And I've also been doing a lot of swimming and saunaing. There's a really good hotel down here that I use where you can just get a monthly subscription, monthly membership with them, which is great because so many centres want you to, enrol for a year, which if you're travelling about just doesn't really work out. And that is one thing that I have found with being on the road that's a bit hard for me, is I can't swim and sauna as much as I used to. Partly because of just the expense, really. If you're paying individually each time, it's just a lot. If I want to go swimming and saunaing 4 times a week, you can end up spending like 40 quid, and I just can't afford to do that each week. So I thought while I was in Cornwall and had access to a place for a month, I just, really got my money's worth out of my membership, which was great. And I'm just on my way to my storage lock-up at the minute, just so I can empty out a couple more bits from my van, pick up a couple of bits from my storage lock-up that I wanted, and just sort of tying up loose ends really, because I don't think I'm going to be back in Cornwall now until potentially June or July, because I'm going to be off to Europe next month, which I'm so excited about. So I will let you know my sort of plans and the things that I've sort of been putting together for that. So I've got myself a to-do list of things that I need to remember, and just making sure I've got everything together for that really. But yeah, it's been a really good month, and all the other reason I love being in Cornwall is where I've lived here for 10 years. I know really good parking spots. I know where I can just sort of get parked and have a nice bit of peace and quiet, which is nice. And you're never far from the sea in Cornwall, which is amazing. It's just it's so nice to just be by the sea. So this is my storage lock-up with all of my crap or very valuable, in some cases, possessions, which I just didn't want to get rid of. Mainly a lot of my granny and granddad's old belongings, as well as just stuff for, stuff that you have in a house. I just didn't want to get rid of it. And also a lot of art supplies, my nice lion painting I did. I'm very creative, so I've got a lot of like artwork in here. Old uni artwork. I studied ceramics at university, so I've got a lot of, as you can see in there, some pots and just different like art books, canvases, just a lot of stuff really. Sometimes it stresses me out because I think, oh gosh, this is a lot of stuff, but equally considering that all of this is mine and just what I've got in my transit van, it probably isn't actually that much in the grand scheme of things. It's not a massive container. The only thing I got a smaller container so I could save money. It's just sort of like a pretty small one really. Obviously I've just stacked everything up. There are a couple of things that I would like, but I'm not 100% sure on where they are, and they're probably right in that far corner. So some bits I might just leave and pick up another time. I did manage to find my wetsuit, which I grabbed because I just thought that would probably be a handy thing to have on me. I might try and have a little rummage for a couple of other bits that I had on my mind, but apart from that, I'll probably just leave it. This is one of my priceless treasures that I keep in my storage lockup. My old school Sony Walkman cassette player.
Not sure it still works, but I used that thing a lot as a kid. I loved it. Listened to many a cassette on that.
I just finished up my lockup. I did really good. I managed to find the bits that I needed. They were right in the back corner, but I did a bit of careful box moving and managed to get everything that that I needed. Mainly some old photographs that I wanted. Just because I've got a lot of pictures from when I was a kid, when I had a big like metal frame on my leg. I just wanted to find those images because I've signed up to do the London to Brighton bike ride this year, and I just wanted to share my story as to why I'm doing that, and a bit more about my past, so that people can see, and you know, picture speaks 1,000 words and all that. So yeah, I'm glad I managed to find those photographs. And now I am onwards to one of potentially my last swim and saunas for a little bit. So I'm going to go and enjoy that and yeah, soothe my muscles in the sauna for a bit. Just got myself one last pasty for my journey out of Cornwall, and pasty, bloody good pasty. So now that I've got my fuel, I'm going to go fuel up my van, put some air in my tyres, and then yeah, meander my way out of Cornwall. I'm in a mood for driver today, so I was just going to get some banging tunes on. I've got some coffee on the go. So yeah, I was just going to go for a drive. If you want something really good to listen to, highly recommend the new J Mascis album. It's awesome, it's great. So I'm probably going to get that on my stereo. And yeah, get going.